The Last Coffee House. I am looking at this second Brett Kavanaugh related podcast. The now confirmed Brett Kavanaugh. I'm concerned about separation of church and state and abortion. These are two things that concern me that a conservative Supreme Court might not treat appropriately. So, whatever the case, he is now confirmed, and I'm looking at these are what's the name of this? The most powerful images from the Kavanaugh protests in Washington, D.C. This was published by Glamour magazine. One thing that really bothers me, I've never read Glamour before, so I don't know, but it sounds like something that would mostly deal with, like clothes and makeup and that kind of stuff. However, I'm just, like SNL, I remember watching that a long time ago. I haven't watched it in a long time, but I see articles about how political it is all the time now, and it's just like, come on, seriously? I remember the Sarah Palin stuff with, what's her name? She's amazing. What's her name? Tina Fey. I remember that was hilarious, but just now, it's all political. It's just ridiculous. But anyway, so they've got some signs here, or some images from the protests, and I'm just looking at some of those and see what they've got. This one in particular says it's a pink board with black lettering that says, "You thought we were angry before," and the lady is dressed in a handmaiden's tale, right? Handmaid's tale? She's dressed in one of those outfits and says, "You thought we were angry before," so that's a threat, but okay, so that's the first image. Second image, a whole bunch of stuff here, and this is, so one of the signs says, "Trust women," that's it, they can't lie. This is not conducive to nuanced discussion here. That's why I hate Twitter so freaking much. I think I'm just going to delete. I hate you, Twitter. You suck. Trust women. That's what one sign says. Okay. "We believe Christine Blasey Ford." You left out her credentials there. I don't appreciate that. I mean, that's a fine position. You can say that. I think the evidence is unmistakably on one side, so if you're saying that, then either you have some other evidence or you're just saying that some other category of evaluation is overwhelming the evidence part of it. The big sign says, "We believe all survivors." Another one says, "Believe survivors." So obviously you wouldn't say, "I believe all survivors," even if they're naming the wrong person, right? Or do you just accept whatever they say, whatever their narrative is? Not only can they not be intentionally wrong, but they can't be mistaken. Is that what you're saying? I guess that's what that sign means? I'm not sure. "Stop Kavanaugh, stop something? Stop violent masculinity? Really? We're gonna attack masculinity in general? Stop Kavanaugh, that's fine. You can have that opinion, but stop violent masculinity. Come on. You'd have to go in and determine, okay, what percentage of men, which we don't even have a definition for man anymore, what percentage of men are violent and therefore you can add masculinity, you can call it masculinity? Why can you do that? Why is that allowed? Why can't you just generalize that? If you just said stop Kavanaugh, it's like, okay, well, maybe you have your reasons, and there are legitimate reasons to be disinclined to allow Brett Kavanaugh to become a Supreme Court justice. I mean, they're moot now, but there are legitimate reasons. But stop this kind of masculine. Oh, crap! I don't know. How about just stop violence? How about that? "I'm a survivor and I vote." Perfectly fine with that sentiment. That's fine. November is coming. Fine. "Women strike back." It's a little violent imagery, but it also could be referencing Star Wars. So fine. That's okay. You guys, more power to you based on the propositions that you're levying with those particular shirts. Go vote. November is coming, and women, I don't like you grouping all women together, because obviously all women don't just think alike, which is what that suggests. So I don't like that shirt. But all women don't think alike. So not all women want to strike anything. Not all women want to strike back. Not all women are going to think the way that you think. So how about you don't group them all together and just deal with the women and men that you agree with and people who don't identify as either? How about that? How about this one? "Vote for Kavanaugh," I think it says, "is a vote against women." All women? A lot of women supported him, so I don't think that's justified by any stretch of the imagination. There could be some category, and I did this in a different podcast where I talked about how people were categorizing these things, but a vote against all women is a vote for Kavanaugh. You don't know that. You barely even went into his judicial history. You barely know anything about it, I'm going to guess. So you don't know that it's against, you don't even know what the best thing for women Like, I love this, just treating women as a single group, a homogenous group. They all have the same interests, ideas, concerns, etc., etc. Just stop doing that. Believe survivors. Again, questions abound. Senator Collins was a white woman. Gilead? What? Senator Collins? Gilead was a white woman idea. So I don't know what that means. It was a white woman idea. Gilead. Isn't that from the Bible? What does that have to do with women's? I'm going to have to look this up. Okay, so apparently it's from Handmaid's Tale. I have not read that. I'm a huge Margaret Atwood fan, especially a lot of her short stories in The Yorker, a number of those, but I have not read The Handmaid's Tale, so I didn't know that Gilead was a thing from The Handmaid's Tale, and so she's referencing that. Why does it have to, it was a white woman idea? Do you really get to just blame all white women now that particular white woman had a bad idea about Gilead in The Handmaid's Tale? I don't know. No Kavanaugh. Okay, that's fine. Unfit to serve, maybe, if you have legitimate arguments. Kavanaugh. Okay, maybe. Again, I believe survivors. See previous problems. Voices United. That's all right. Respect. Cav's not right for the Supreme Court. All right. You can think that. That's fine. Some more images. Somebody being arrested. She's got some psychedelic pants on. And there are police officers with zip ties. I don't know what she's being arrested for. Assuming agitation. But it does not have a caption that I see. Okay, 3 girls just sitting with signs in the midst of a group of people. Our courts, our lives. Believe women. Just believe women in general again. Like, you still need evidence. I don't even mind having a different standard for these particular kinds of allegations because the attendant shame and the concern about being able to prove them and what you'll have to go through and all that sort of stuff. I don't mind it having kind of a different evidentiary standard. We could talk about that, but it's not just believe, done. It's not just, it has to be true because somebody said it. It's not even people. Jeez. Our courts, our lives. I don't know what that means. Our courts, our lives. I mean, it's everybody in the United States courts, and it's all their lives too, so I don't know what that means. Why does alcohol excuse his behavior? Well, the problem is that you don't know that it was his behavior, so it doesn't excuse his behavior. I mean, a lot of people use that as an excuse, but it doesn't. But condemn mine. I don't know that anybody thinks it's that kind of a dichotomy, wherein blame the victim because she had alcohol, excuse his because he had alcohol. I haven't seen that dichotomy, but I definitely don't agree with it. Believe Dr. Ford. So apparently you think that the evidence goes the other way, or you're just saying that categorically you have to believe people. At least you got her credentials in there. I appreciate that. Girl power. Okay, I don't like you grouping all girls together, but still, that's fine. You can do that. Another ad popped up for Nissan. All right, Nissan. GW, George Washington Law. Apparently, she's part of my ilk, and she's got a t-shirt or a sweatshirt on, and she's being cuffed. Okay, one of the agitators, I assume. And where's this? These are all in D.C., but I'm not sure where this is. Is this Lincoln? Yeah, it's Lincoln Memorial. A whole bunch of people there. We believe all survivors. You have to show that they're survivors, so maybe that's why they're categorically stating it like that, is that we believe all survivors. Once they've been demonstrated to be a survivor, then we believe them. And do you believe everything, or just things related to the thing that happened, or what? I don't know. Survivors vote November is coming. All right, that's fine. We believe all survivors. Oh, that's the same one. Hell no. Just in general, hell no. Okay. I don't know what that's spelled. I'm going to assume it has to do with Kavanaugh, but I can't say for sure. There are a whole bunch of people in this picture. Kavanaugh is temperamental. So his mental is temper. He's angry, I guess. All right. I mean, he was angry at the thing. I guess I can't fault that one too much. Oh, Kavanaugh is temperament. I almost didn't see that. Whole bunch of signs in this one. I'm not going through all these. Thank you, Dr. Ford. I mean, okay, she stood up, and if she genuinely believed that to be the case, what happened to be the case and wasn't lying or didn't have reason to believe that she was mistaken or anything like that, then, I mean, yeah, that took a lot of guts. We F-wording dissent. I'm assuming that's related to Kavanaugh. Hey, there's a lady who got arrested later. Okay. getting arrested. Kavanaugh, that is clever. Again, you can have a problem with it if you want. Stop Trump's Supreme Court takeover. Wow. I mean, he's exerting his right. This is absolutely his right to be able to put somebody on the Supreme Court this way. So it's in the Constitution that he gets to do this. And if Kennedy hadn't retired until the next Democrat got in office, then that would have been fine. But he retired now, so... And I really don't think that any of the justices are going to kowtow to Donald Trump. I think they all have a lot of disdain for Donald Trump. I could be wrong, but I'm virtually certain that that's the case. I think any one of them, conservative or not, would stand up to him in any context if they felt like for constitutional reasons or something they think is better than what he thinks reasons. I think they absolutely would. All right, so we've got some women. They've got some tape over their mouths and their hands up. One of them says nasty woman. All right, I'm going to assume that's not just like hygiene or something like that. It's like she's fighting for herself and that's why she's nasty. I am a survivor and I vote. I'm totally behind that. And the other two don't have anything else. They just have things over there. I can't read their hands. The picture's too small. I don't know what their hands say. But I guess that means they think that they were silenced. Oh, they've got like black veils on, like they're widows or something. I don't know. Or they're at a funeral for democracy or something. It's kind of ridiculous imagery. Dr. Ford was not silenced. She got to speak. It just wasn't sufficient evidence, the way I see it. I'm a survivor and I vote. Totally okay with that. She's getting arrested. Another agitator, I guess. Oh, now, I will remember is what her hands say. And it says survivor on her mouth. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay with that. Hugs, and it's somebody with a cat head on, and he or she has a sign that says hugs. I feel like that's a bit aggressive. I don't know, something wrong with that. But a woman's getting a hug with is that a unicorn backpack? All right. Oh, more ads. Okay, next one. More people getting arrested. They don't have November is coming is the only shirt I can make out. Being arrested, okay. Now you absolutely have the right to demonstrate. You don't have the right to agitate or cause property damage or anything like that. But stop Kavanaugh, okay. She has a problem with Kavanaugh. That's fine. Angry entitled. They've got a picture of Kavanaugh. I don't know if he's really entitled. He worked really hard, as far as I can tell, to get where he is. Yes, I have some resentment for people who just... Because having money now, I realize that it's so much easier to be able to really take the time and think about the things that you want to do and put work into things that you want to put work into. And even just work hard at a job, that you took or whatever else. It's so much easier and feels so much better when you have some kind of a backup with that. And I didn't have that throughout the vast majority of my life. So yes, I have some resentment, but I don't think he was entitled. I think he's just born into what he's born into. He worked hard and that's it. Protect healthcare. Okay. I like people having healthcare. I'm not sure who's going to pay for it most of the time, but yeah, healthcare's good. Here's another one, a couple of people in. They look like they're Wonder Woman costumes or something like that. Kavanaugh aggressive, regressive, progress. I don't know. It's like cut off. Somebody's in front of it. Trump lies all the time. All the time. Oh no. He lies a bit or is too dopey to realize when he's saying something that's contradictory. But yeah, so all the time though, that's a little much. And what does that have to do with anything right now? I don't know. History has its eyes on you. Oh, that lady's face is pretty awesome. History has its eyes on you. Sure. And she did not put an apostrophe on its for possessive. So I appreciate that. Good job, lady. I don't know what that means. I don't know if she's trying to... yeah, sure. Okay. Another lady, she's holding her phone up. And she's looks really... All right. Are there any Kavanaugh supporters at this thing? Is anybody the thing I hate is that I've seen a million of these kind of videos where somebody, usually somebody in the middle of the road or conservative, they'll go and talk to people at these kinds of rallies and ask them about specifics. And the people at these rallies it's platitudes. It's empty nonsense. They don't have arguments. They don't even have a concept of the arguments. It's just emotional language and outrage when they're not acceded to. It's ridiculous. Believe women. I already talked about that one. November is coming. It sure is. Basic Gregorian calendar. We're on the Gregorian one, right? I don't have my that is a Caesarian calendar at some point, didn't they? I don't know. Ashamed of our Senate. Okay, because they confirmed. You can say that. That's fine. We will not be silent. You shouldn't be. That's fine. Okay, so that's good one. Love is power. That's a little hokey, but all right. God, another ad? Seriously, Glamour? All right, what's this one about? Just I am a survivor and I vote. That's perfectly fine. Some people being arrested, holding some stuff up. It's fine. Stop entitled men. So not entitled women, just entitled men. I don't appreciate that. Our lives are on the line. No. What does that mean? Your lives? What aspect of your lives? I don't think Kavanaugh's going to legalize killing of demonstrators. Or unpaid, homemade, betrayed, enraged. You almost had it. Unpaid, homemade, betrayed, enraged. What does that mean? I don't know. God, still going. We believe all survivors. So again, it might be the caveat of you have to be demonstrated to be a survivor, and then we believe you, but only in the context of the thing that happened to you. That might be what it is, so I'll give them the benefit of that doubt. Lady doing the peace sign. She's doing the Nixon thing, sitting on... Where is that? I don't know where that is. Sitting on some statue, she's doing the Nixon thing. Handmaid's Tale. Outfit says we're human beings. I don't know if anybody was arguing otherwise. Okay, so I will agree with you on that one. He's lying, written on her face. I hope that's not a tattoo. I think so. I mean, maybe. I certainly can't discount that. He absolutely could be lying. There just need to be evidence to demonstrate that. And like I said, I had problems with his testimony for sure. But I mean, that's a perfectly fine thing to say. Am I done? Is that it? Dove body wash. How do you know? Oh, and now we're on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are moving. Yeah, so that was that. Wow. I don't know. A lot of freaking goofy signs. And like I said, most of the time, I would love to actually go down and talk to people. But that's because it doesn't seem like they're actually trying to accomplish anything or learn anything or even partake any ideas or anything like that. It's just the act itself. It's like the attention from the act is the only thing that they're trying to do or get out of this. It has nothing to do with trying to make a better country or securing something on their behalf or anything like that. It's really just about the act. And that's what's frustrating and goofy. But anyway, that's it. Those are all the pictures from the DC, the most powerful images from the Kavanaugh protests in Washington, D.C. So, fine. You had my notes on each one of those. There's my Kavanaugh podcast where I go into it in detail, and that'll be it for now. Best of luck and everything. All right, bye.